So in this video, we're going to work on the footer of the post item. If we check out the root Instagram right here, we have this heart, the message, and the forward. And in the end, we have this bookmark. So let's work on that. So we can just go back to our code. In here, in the footer, let me just zoom that in. Here we can just do div.flex, because we're gonna have flexed items, and gap4, item center, and my2. Inside here, I'm gonna have span elements, like a lot of them. So for starters, let's go back to our browser. And in here, make sure you go to hero icons. You search in the hero icons, website right here. And also open Bootstrap icons, because we're gonna get separate icons from different websites. In here, search for the heart. This one, copy this one, and then go back here, just change the stroke to 1.9. Yes, after that, open another span element, which is the message. So here, go back to hero icons, type message, this one, which is rounded. Is it copied? Copy this one, yes. Paste it in here. And then next one is the forward, but the forward is not really found. Let's see, it's not really found here on the hero icons that side. So that is why I asked you guys to open the Bootstrap icons too. So in here we can find the send. Just type send in the search and then you get this one. So here, click there and then copy that SVG, copy the SVG HTML. Paste it in there, and then in the end we're gonna have a bookmark icon. There we can find it in hero icons. And by the way, I'm gonna post the code for this, so don't worry, you don't have to do all this type searching. Just copy it and move faster. Like bookmark icon here, just change the stroke to 1.8 or something. And then in here for the last icon, do ML auto. Now if you go back to our own website, in here you see we have something looking good like that. So also, now let's just fix this, because this is coming from different Bootstrap icons, so let's make it big and to match the other icons. So yes, in here we can just do width 5, height 5. Now if you go back, you see that this is going to grow. Awesome. Alright, so after that, next we're going to have something like likes, as I saw here. Likes, and then name and description, and an option for adding comments, like that. So let's go work on that. Alright, so if we go back, down here, I'm going to say likes and views. So here I'm going to have a p element, p.font, bold, text small. Let's have about 100,000 likes. All right, down here, so name and comments. Here we can say div.flex, because we're gonna have two elements in here. Text small, gap 2, and font medium. In here we can have a p element. Inside here we're gonna have a strong, because this is gonna represent the name. Here inside here we can say class font bold, just to make sure it's bold. Here let's say fake name, and then after the strong, down here we can have just type lorem, alright, and then click tab, so we can generate some random text. Alright, then down here after the name and comments, down here let's say it's going to be view post model. It's going to be a button, view, or let's say 455 comments. Add a class, text, select 500, let's say 90, a little bit of opacity. Here text small, font medium. Then down here we're gonna have something like leave comment. But we're gonna do that. Let's just check out how it's looking like for now. Like that. Awesome. Now you can see we have the likes, the name, which is like a little bit bold, and the description. Down here we have view all 456 comments, the button. And down here we're gonna have an input like we saw in the Instagram right here. So when you click, this will show. If it's empty, it will disappear. So let's also do that thing. Let's go back to our own Instagram. This one is going to be a form. So let's go back here. Let's say form. We can say we can make it a grid. Since a form can have classes too. Yeah, grid, hose 12, item center, and width full. And the actions, we're not going to put an action. Okay, let's just say, let's make this an X data, an Alpine X data, because we want to control the input based if it's empty or not, and I'll show you that shortly. Here, say input text is empty. Now, inside the form, we're going to have CRF token. All right, here let's add here div dot core span 1 margin left auto flex, here justify end and text right. You're gonna have a button, and this is going to be, let's add some classes here, text small, font semi bold, here flex, justify end, text blue 500. All right, this is going to be some text like post. After this div element, we're gonna have one more element. All right, this is going to be a span. You can add some classes here. Let's say core span 1 margin left auto 2, because it's going to be a different like emoji SVG. Actually, let's not forget the actual input here. Input text here, placeholder here, leave a comment here. The class, we can add something like border 0 core span 10. Since this one was 1 and 1, this will be 10 to match 12. After that, let's say placeholder text. It's going to be text small, and then outline none. Also focus outline none. There px 0 rounded large. There we have hover, because when you hover I want to also remove the ring to 0, and focus there ring 0. Alright, that's Tailwind for you. Now let's just go ahead and check out how all this is looking like. And you can see here we have this element, but here is, why is it going to the bottom? Let's check that out. So right here, I didn't leave a space, so make sure it's grid in the space, because it's going to, now it's going to push the elements in one line. Yes. Now if you can see here, when we type, this is not supposed to show before we type. So if it's empty, it's going to leave it, it's going to hide this post, and if it's not empty, it's going to show it. So let's work on that. Here I put this input text. So here, this is going to be an X model, an Alpine X model. We can say input text. The post, this is inside here, is going to be X clock, alright, and then X show. We're going to show this if the input text dot length is greater than 0. So I'm going to show this, otherwise I'm going to hide it. Alright, now if we go back, you see this should disappear, and then if I type one letter, it should show. If I remove everything, it's going to hide it. Same applies to like that. So that's awesome. Now let's just add one last thing, an emoji icon. So let's go to hero icons, emoji, this smiles face smile emoji, and let's just put it in there. And here we can add, make it width 5, a little bit smaller, and width 5. So now if we go, it should look something more. Yes, awesome. Now you can see if we type, the post button will show like that. If not, it's going to disappear. So that's amazing. And if you go to the actual Instagram, you see something similar like that. Here, this emoji icon, add a comment, post. So yes, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.